Hey Taurus, TT here with another channel message for all of my Tauruses, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars placements. If you are new, welcome to our little love nest over here on Talk Taurus Tarot. If you are returning, welcome back. Welcome to my little private side of the world, okay? TTville, we're gonna call it TTville. So if you are a part of the TTville collective, go ahead and drop that in the comments for me. You'll know I love y'all out there. Thank you for all the comments, the love and supports. Thank you for showing up during the live readings and allowing me to channel these messages for you. So if you're new, let me go ahead and tell you who this is for. Let me Palo Santo right quick first. So get comfortable, y'all. We're just going to have a little conversation, okay? Whatever spirit channels through me, that's what I'm going to interpret. I am a psychic medium, meaning that I don't just read the tarot cards. I also channel messages through mediumship as well. So take what resonates, leave the rest. I will be opening up my personal reading over on Vizio. I'm going to start back doing it in January, so be on the lookout for that. If you want to be notified, you can check out the Vizio link inside of the description box below. The prices will go up for the new year, but if you ever want to schedule a personal reading with me, you can check that out too. So let's go ahead and talk about who this message is for, now that we got all those updates out the way. So I am going to say this is for those of you that are returning back to your roots, okay? Returning home as well for like the holiday. I'm picking up holiday like Christmas, New Year's. This is what I feel like is happening here. Some of you guys are going to be given like a job offer or a new job, okay? Some of you I don't know, some of you may be signing up for school, and like just like I told you about Vizio, you may start to like sign up for school like on your returning back from your break. That's what I'm hearing, okay? So this could be a message here for you as well. All right. There's also something to do with like your childhood memories might be coming back to the forefront. Okay, a lot of nostalgia. Yeah, journey. Some of you are going to be taking a trip. I heard the ghost of Christmas past. Okay, so you're going to have like a dream or something like that where you're remembering something that you wanted to do when you were young. Okay, so some of you are going to be having a creative spurt where you're like, oh, I remember when I used to knit, or I remember when I used to know how to sew, or I remember when I used to build things with my hands, and you're about to discover a new type of love for something. Yo, I really hope this microphone is picking up. You're about to discover some type of new love or refound love for something you used to do when you were younger. Like your inner child is really like picking up for you. So this could be like you really teaching yourself or being self-taught again, like to teach yourself a new trade or to teach yourself a new skill. Like it's really big. Yeah, Spirit keeps telling me to take this card. So something to do with you switching up your career path, or you switching up your journey because you believe like you could do something. For those of you that just got like offered a job recently, like it's like a dream job. Somebody just landed a dream job, and it's gonna be like something you really prayed for. So like with this job, like get your feet wet first. Something about getting your feet wet first is gonna be really important, because you may have someone trying to talk you out of it, or talk you out of this earthly matter, okay? So whatever goals that you set for yourself, try not to tell anybody. I'm picking up strong, like be practical about it. So like consider this. If you are, yes, you might be excited about it or whatever, but let's say for example you're dealing with someone or someone around you, maybe they wanted the same type of position as you and they didn't get it, or something about that, because it feels like I don't know. It's giving me this vibe, like something to do with family. Something that you need to know about your family here. These changes that you're being given is going to be like a legacy that you'll be able to leave for your family. You're like paving the way for something. Something is going to be very groundbreaking as well that I'm picking up here. For someone as well, if you have like any deceased loved ones, they're about to reincarnate either through like a grandchild or a direct child. Something about a grandchild or a direct child. Someone may be having a child very soon. Yeah, we have infinite potential. So for those of you Taurians that are like, you know, I can't have kids or anything like that, Spirit is saying you would be surprised with this infinite potential here of how things will work out or pan out. So something about like not making sure that you're not, you know, basing your decisions off of what you can see with your own two eyes and really seeing it from the perspective of like, we live in an infinite universe, infinite potential. When you think you got the universe figured out, the universe will surprise you again, okay? Yeah, you have enlightenment at the bottom of the deck. You don't know everything. You don't know how things are going to play out. Children are involved here. Very young children as well. If you're like a nanny or you have like a what I call kindergarten school, or you teach education, if you do anything like that, that could be like your calling as well. Someone wants to like start a school here for like children. Hold on. Y'all know I need my music, right? Something about like enlightening the youth. So if you've been like considering doing something or going back to school for like the youth or something like that, I'm seeing that for you. But it just is really showing me like the reincarnation of something very soon is happening really, really soon. Someone's reincarnating. That's crazy. Because I feel like this is, for some of you, this could be a lover or a spouse or a family member. It feels like, your higher self is in reverse. Someone doesn't want, someone has been closing out, someone doesn't want the issue. Someone here does not want to heal, or they don't want to do something. Let me see what this is, which is really weird because I feel like here here, what exactly is this about? Someone's using their gifts in a destructive way. Observation, yeah. Self-destructive way. Someone's trying to trap somebody. Or someone's planning on trapping someone. What? Listening to words. Some of you guys avoided a catastrophe. I'm hearing there's something about a catastrophe that was avoided. Someone was trying to delay you. Someone was trying to delay you. Yes. From mastering your higher, like mastering and staying in alignment with your higher self. With observation and dictionary. Like somebody was trying to like either trap you with a kid or slow you down here. Using children to disrupt your journey. And it was like whatever was shots were thrown at you. Whatever delays were thrown at you. Like it missed you. Like Spirit is saying. The reason why they keep having you change up so much or just be different is because like people are studying you like a dictionary, like a book. It's almost like every time they think that they have you figured out, Spirit has you constantly transforming, constantly changing. Because like if you constantly go the same route, stick to the same schedule, you don't mix it up, you're not flexible, you're predictable. So what's making it difficult for everyone else that's a part of your past or your South Node is you're so unpredictable. And this is why Spirit is always telling you to pay attention to how you feel, or to come up with a daily ritual of cleansing or a daily ritual of making yourself feel better. Because some of you may be having like symptoms, all right? I know I have been. So you could be having symptoms as well. You may think like, oh, you're coming down with something. No, I feel like you're getting a mild dose of whatever was being thrown at you, but it's not like the full thing. And it's because someone's trying to prevent or delay the reincarnation of someone. Or this could just be you realigning or staying in alignment with your inner child. Something about remaining in alignment with your inner child is super important for you. So some of you could have like an ethereal type of childlike soul. Where it's like you could be really good at inner child healing. And you could trigger a lot of people's inner child wounds. You know what I'm saying? High Priest is at the bottom of the deck. On this journey, you pick up a lot of energy tags, is what Spirit is showing me. Like, you tend to pick up a lot of energy tags from other people. They don't necessarily belong to you. But because you've come in contact with it, you might feel like it belongs to you or the energy is yours. But it's really just because with higher self, you're not feeling your best, or you're not feeling connected or tuned in or tapped in, just because your aura needs to be flushed. Your aura needs to be cleansed on a daily basis so you can keep your this channel between you and Spirit as clear as possible. Because it feels like someone is really trying to get you to redirect your attention on, you know, your connection with Spirit, and kind of like come to them for confirmation. Okay. And when I say that, like, for example, and sometimes this can happen when you're like an apprentice, or you're a student, or you're beginning to do something, right? A lot of times what can happen is, let's say you're a teacher or someone that may be older than you. And, you know, parents do this too. So this is not just on a spiritual aspect, you guys. I feel like what also happens is sometimes, you know, your parents can still view you as a child. And the cycle may be repeating itself. Where, yeah, Spirit's here. Okay, so your parents can tend to try to tell you, oh, do as I say and not as I do. Okay, or they can guilt trip you, or make you feel like maybe I am hearing stuff, or maybe I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And they can really distract you or make you feel unsure about what you're supposed to be doing on your journey of self-mastery. So sometimes what they could do is, you know, tell you based off of their wisdom what you should be doing in your life at this point in your life. Like, maybe they're saying you should have kids by now. Maybe they're saying that you should have a certain level of success by now, and had you listened to them, you would be further on life. So they could be talking to you in a way where you're absorbing their projection of you. And, or they may tell you the Bible says honor your father and your mother, and your days will be long. And then you're like, well, I want to do the right thing. You know, I want to communicate. You know, I have this gift. I want to tap in. I want to feel more secure in that, but I don't want to have to disappoint my family, or I don't want to have to, you know, make my family mad while I'm trying to find myself, or while I'm trying to do what I feel called to do. This feels like a power strongly where returning to your roots is like people are telling you, you know, family reunion, what you're supposed to be like, what you grew up in, your beliefs, your culture may have really required you to commit or become loyal to a certain faction or a certain way of life as far as belief is concerned. So what Spirit is here to say is this. A lot of times we start off like that, right? In the beginning, our parents are intended to guide us and confirm for us what our intuition is telling us and help us practice how to utilize that intuition more efficiently, right? What can happen sometimes is they want to remain the matriarch or the head or the of your choices and have that much power and control over what you will and won't do. Now, when you take that power back and you establish the changes that you want to make in your life and develop a personal relationship with the Creator, you will tap back into your childlike nature. And in that phase of your life, you are vulnerable. Okay? Vulnerable in the sense of when certain people come around your auric field, you're so sensitive that they can try to manipulate you as if you were still a child. But it's through tapping through that childlike nature. Good news for you, but it's intimidating for other people. So what Spirit is telling you, so some of you could be from like Indian culture, Indian descent, is research for yourself. Study to show thyself approved. So you will gain your own interpretation around what's good and evil, what's bad for you, what's acceptable for you, and this way you'll be able to see the infinite, like how it's all interconnected. 8 could be very significant to you. What does this all mean? It seems like someone's about to embark on a rabbit hole here, and this rabbit hole, just make sure you tie a rope around yourself, so as you dive into it, you come back out. You come back out the way you went in, but it's always fun. It's always fun. But yeah, someone does, because this kept showing up in reverse. Spirit wants you to heal something in your inner child, but like the people around you can make you feel like, oh, be careful. I heard that. Be careful. You don't know where you're going. Don't dive in too much, and it's a fear thing. Okay. It's a fear thing. And I see you in this space where you're like, well, I just won't go around any of them. And I just don't feel like Spirit wants that for you either. Spirit wants you to know there's always a third way. In every option, there's always a third way. Just like there's a trinity, right? You have you, your higher self, Holy Spirit, or you have you, the Holy Spirit, and the Creator. You create that trinity for yourself. Hold on. We have main male. Put that back. Channel messages for Taurus, please, Spirit. Y'all excuse me. I am so congested right now. But I know it's not, like, I don't feel physically in ailment. Does that make sense? I don't feel like my body's not aching, chilling. It just feels like going underwater, right? And like my ears are popping. I just feel like maybe I'm going through like a fine-tuning process or something like that. And I'm talking to you about it because I feel like some of you may be going through those ascension symptoms. And you can tend to not know what they are if no one talks about them. So it feels as if like pressure, especially anytime I'm dealing with like clairaudience, okay, clairvoyance, sometimes it will like literally feel like I'm going underwater, which is so strange. Some of you guys may have in a past life something about drowning by water may be significant as well. With communication here, someone's avoiding, okay, someone's avoiding, that just went really dark really fast, okay? offering. Someone's avoiding. Someone's buying more time for themselves. It's giving me a little leechy energy. Someone's buying more time for themselves by offering up their children and using ancient wisdom texts specifically to avoid their own demise by offering up their children to extend their life. It's like they need to keep procreating or something about procreating to extend their life, but they're not doing it by way of their higher self. They're doing it by way of like it's like soul snatching. Like offering up, okay, well, to extend my life because I know I'm supposed to end post this way, I'm going to offer one of my children to, it's like, it's given very much Princess and the Frog, you know, when Mr. Facilier kept giving, like, he kept needing to offer, you know, offer something in order to stay alive or stay relevant. So someone is doing that. Like a strong Mr. Facilier. Okay? And it's not about, it's like this, and it's not just one person. But it's like someone knows down to like when they're supposed to. They're buying time. They're on borrowed time. Someone's on borrowed time here. They're doing it to avoid. They're supposed to like pretty much pass away. Or they're supposed to. Their clock is ticking. Their journey. They're extending their journey by. Oh, y'all, hold on. They're extending their journey. Okay, buying more gift of time. Some of you, they've been taking your inheritance and draining you to buy themselves more time. Okay, and when I say buy themselves more time, not just from that perspective of how dark can it really get, how bad can it get? I'm just living out my destiny. So someone is using your destiny, your journey as a gift to them. They feel like you were supposed to, okay, buy them more time. The family they created with you is supposed to buy them more time. If you don't have a family with them, meeting you was like you were their gift. So you see how like in Princess and the Frog, having a royal, right? Or someone from that descent. Y'all need to watch Princess and the Frog because this is exactly what I'm getting here. And it's like the similar story. I know it's running. It's like every time I channel, like, especially lately, I can make my nose run like really, really bad. Yeah, it's like a talisman. It's like someone has like trying to put you in a bottle or like offer you. And they've made some type of promise to they've made some type of promise or some type of deal to a separate entity that they would give you up as the offering. And you have like, Spirit has helped you dodge this trap that was set for you. And now that entity is coming to collect those that have been trying to sacrifice you. Whoa. I'm telling you, it was like, yeah, they were trying to use you to take your inheritance, get rich off of you. All right. Use your name, your credit, whatever. All right. For those of you where this is spiritual and it's your inheritance, like your birthright, it was like that's why they were trying to come off on you, get over on you, because they knew you were going to be wealthy, or they knew that you were going, like, you have this aura about you where you walk with this light body no matter where you go. And because they can't tap into their higher selves on their own, they're trying to mimic you. They're trying to, yeah, follow your steps, do something like you. It's because they can't, some of you, they can't read like you, they can't write like you, they can't sing like you. They don't have some type of gift, they don't have some type of talent, because they can't access their inner child. With this door to spirit, this is spirit is saying, like, this is something that's your birthright. This is something that is yours. So you have good news coming to you towards an earthly matters. Like, spirit is in, your income is increasing, your books, you're self-taught, you're open-minded, you're a student of the universe. And you see how this person has their backpack, like you don't, something comes easy to you. And with lightning in reverse, it's like they want you to doubt your intuition. Yeah, doubt what you do for work, doubt how you make it, it's not even like they want you to doubt your craft. Okay, you could be a crafter here. They want you to doubt your gift. And it's because you're accessing through your ascension, or through your devotion, you're tapping into gifts that you're mastering. Okay, some of y'all could be a master at meditation, astral traveling, remote viewing. High honor. Yeah, I'm telling you, a lot of get rich quick type energy is surrounding you. Yep. And it's like people lack mentality, crabs in a barrel type mentality. Look at that. Thief. Trying to steal your content, trying to steal your material, trying to appear like they're you. Expectations. They expect you to give them some type of yeah, my nose is running. They expect you to give them some type of what is the word, spirit? Some people feel entitled to you. Entitled to your energy, entitled to your time. Yeah, they're mad that they didn't do something with their time. They got the same call. They got the same message. They got the same, like, they had their opportunity to tap into theirs, and they did not do it. For whatever reason, they didn't do it. They slept on their potential. They didn't want to be self-taught. They didn't want to be a trailblazer. They didn't want to do the energy cleansing work. They didn't want to do the shadow work. But they're observing you, and they're big mad. Big mad. And now I'm seeing that for some of you, they're paying other people to do this to you. I'm gonna be honest with you. There are some people, some of y'all are in high places, and whatever you do for work, they are paying people to like investigate you or get close to you, and betray you, like Judas. I'm telling you. Some of you guys, you're making a lot of people in high places that are watching you, like artificial intelligence type places, or people that are just have been assigned to keep eye on you. It's like they're paying other people to, like, a game is being rigged here. Look at that. They're paying people to watch you, monitor what you say, okay? And they come back and they report to them. For some of you, like I said, You may come from a very significant lineage. All right. And for majority, this is like they're watching and they are paying people that will lie about this twin flame journey and what it's really about to get them to run back to Christianity, to get them to run back to religion, to get them to like, oh, they're lying to me. So a lot of things are being used to manipulate your journey, to delay your activation and your ascension and following your north node. These are some serious times. Okay? Like I was saying, hold on. I got lipstick all up on here. I think I got it. And the objective is here for you to lose hope on your journey towards companionship. Your twin flame journey. For some of you, it's a twin flame journey. For others of you, it's you know, you could have been leaving like marriages, false relationships, you know, wanting more for yourself. Having nothing else to go off except, you know, faith and belief that you deserve the Four of Wands, a stable, loving connection. Forget the titles, forget, you know, the 3D perspective of what relationships are supposed to look like. I want the real deal. I want the awoke version of love, the healed version, healthy version. And so like they're paying top dollar to these establishments or these excuse me, these churches to literally lie and tell you that you're expecting something miraculous to happen. All you're doing is tearing down your families. All you're doing is messing up this. And then they have everyone chanting in the crowds like, yeah, I knew that was some bullshit. And it's because it's really coming from a place of fear of not wanting to heal. It's really coming from a place of not wanting you to get over that previous paradigm. They're really trying to stuff spirit, the spiritual aspect of anything, out of the consciousness of everyone. And so now your pastors, your preachers, they're about to start lying on purpose. And they're getting paid to do these things because they're the only recognized establishment. And then what it's going to allow them to do is say, oh, now we need to go and we need to eradicate those that have these gifts. We need to go and now we need to, listen, we need to go back and fight for our honor. So they've equipped, it's like giving me Game of Thrones. It's like they are putting large amounts of money and funds towards, you know, churches, Pentecostal locations that will, you know, they're helping them establish more, what is that thing called? What's that thing that they use? Like, you got to have funding to have, like, host these seminars, or you got to have fundings to really host on that type of scale. Okay, it's not just coming from the people, and the people are not just the ones that is fueling these establishments, these entities of power. What they're doing is you have secret agencies, okay, that are now supporting the movement to eradicate the spiritual aspect out of being so public into going back into hiding, because they feel like they're coming up against something that they can't control. They feel like they're coming up against spirit, and spirit is moving in a way that's unpredictable when they are used to everything being predictable down to the season. Them being able to predict everything has been how they've been able to maintain that hierarchy of power through using the book. Okay? Through using the book. They've been able to control when the weather will do certain things, when it won't do certain things. They've been able to stop it for themselves and start it for themselves. They've been manipulating things and offering up our children. It hasn't changed. It's just changed the way in which it goes. And you bring your children to it, and you tell them that this is the way, the truth, and the light. And this is the way that you're going to connect with God. And this is the way that you're going to be able to remember who you are. And it waters down a profound connection that they were born with already. And encourages them to be codependent on an entity, on an establishment, to articulate what they already know from birth. They didn't need no one's help. Like, an infant will crawl to the mother's milk. You know what I'm saying? An infant will cough or reach for breath when it's time to breathe, coming out of water. You understand? So it's not something that you have to force. But like I said, to create these elaborate institutes to gather mass numbers of people to put them back into a state of sleep. Yes, they are paying. They are paying them. They're even paying them like paid stuff, like paid promotions, or say this or don't say that, or watch what you say. You can utilize this and utilize that. But you got to say it like this, or you got to say it like that. So there's a lot of shit going on to really like it, because here's the thing. The more you hear someone saying like, oh, I found out that this was demonic. They did this this is nothing is new under the sun. They do this every single time of the year. What happened last year? Right? You had a whole bunch of tarot readers on YouTube talking about how everything was fucking demonic, and they start having visions of this and that, and the objective is, let's talk about the real tea. They was using the same fucking manipulation tactics that is used to subconsciously program minds anyway. What were they doing? Catchy hashtags. Get there quick, trying to establish their success based off of whatever was trending in the topic. And if it meant that I could talk bad about the twin flame journey, or put this disdain in your mouth, or talk bad about soulmates and how all it is just a way to keep you in low vibration and keep you stuck and wanting a person and not moving on with your life. I can't speak for none of them. Okay, and talk about how draining it was, and it was really demonic entities over you and sucking up your energy. Listen, once again, it does not matter where you go in life. I don't care if you go into the top of the representative of the food chain or the bottom representative of that food chain. It is always the practitioner and never the fucking practice. Because the intent of these established entities was never so initially built on false precepts. It turned into that. It developed into that by doing exactly what they did on Game of Thrones. All right. Daenerys Targaryen, she was coming for, she's like, I don't want to just deal with the Lannisters or what's on our rock. Now we need to go and address those non-active players that had their hand in financially assisting those, because there was a financial banking system that helped pay for militia, that helped pay for yes, they helped pay for, what did they help pay for? They helped pay for some shit. They helped pay for like the weapons, the army. They helped pay for the funding to help whoever side they wanted to help with at that time. So it was like winning the vote of the bank, or the people that had the money, superseding the argument of what was going on a micro level. They went to a macro level. And so Daenerys Targaryen was like, no, I am Daenerys Targaryen, it's her birthright, right? And I want to go, who paid you? We can't just cut off the tail. She wanted to go for the head. So there's a head honcho, okay, that is assisting in the militia or the attacks on these gifted children, these gifted people, and what is being, the spiritual gifts that are being activated. And there are literally, for those of them that are waking up, they have said, okay, I'm going to let you continue being able to use this platform. I'm going to continue to let you be able to talk, but you're going to have to make sure that in order for you to do that, that you're going to have to lie. You're going to have to be, sugarcoat the shit. You're going to have to say it in a way where it's appeasing to me because I'm always watching. And if I don't like what you're saying, I'm going to fuck with your algorithm. And if I don't like the hope that you're giving, okay, into this, the attack has always been on a family foundation. The attack has always been on a family unit. And if I don't like the message that you're giving to this fucking family unit, then you're going to have to stay broke with the rest of your family. But I get to decide, right? I get to decide. This artificial intelligence gets to decide if you get to be that 1 in a million. If you get to be that lottery ticket. But don't expect it. Because if you expect it, then I'm going to show you that, yeah, you have a God. But on this realm, I control you. Or I control the majority of the people that will or will not support you. This is why Spirit is saying that how they do that is predictive. They expect you to do what? They're expecting you to allow that to bother you. They're expecting you to do a lot of shit. Okay? They're really expecting you to, like, this is some shit. This is some shit here. And I feel like they've gone from establishment to establishment. Okay? Even spiritualists. And they've given them some type of pardon. Like, okay, you got to pass. You get to go walk by. Okay, you get to accept an offer. But you can't tell nobody else how you did it. So someone's about to be given some type of offer or a new job, and it's like their only caveat is, yes, what you're saying is true. Yes, what you know is true, but you can't tell anyone else. We're going to let you into the club, but we're not going to let anyone else into the club. And if you still want to operate as a small business, or if you still want to operate and continue to do whatever it is you're doing, I don't care what it is that you're doing, you're going to have to sit there and you're going to have to say it, and you're going to have to tell little white lies about this journey. Okay? You can't share. We don't want you to share your truth too much, but just enough. Okay? Because you're shining too bright. And for some of you, it's just as simple as, like, again, it's just as simple as down to a micro level. Okay? You're going to see that same energy being reflected or being projected even on your family. Your light is shining too bright. You're going to make them uncomfortable. Okay? Because your aura is being attacked. And it's being used by way. And listen, when they sit there with them damn, and when they sit there with them damn, like, oh, you're going to go to hell, or, oh, this is going to happen to you. And they say, they want you to be like, oh my God, some shit going to happen to me. Look at that. It's to delay your movements. Where you going? Oh, trust me. Trust me. This is why Spirit is saying to you, you have to cut ties. You have to cut ties with certain people that they move in the spirit of lack. They move in the spirit of lack. You're going to have to move away from that small town. You're going to have to move away from those people, because those people are in a, it's like, how do I say it? You ever saw the movie Time? I think it was Time with Justin Timberlake and the girl. I think it was Time. And they had like their clock like on their wrist or something like that. They had to buy time. Okay? Now, in order for him, right, what did he do? He ended up, he was stuck in a certain zone. Movie. He was stuck in a certain zone. He was zoned for his clock to wind down time after a certain, like his clock turns on at 25 and they stop aging. Okay? Something about that number 25 is significant. Okay? They have to use time for food, time for everything. Watch the movie Time. I think it's called Time. In order to... He decided that he didn't like it. He decided that he didn't like the way it was set up. He was like, we're sitting here waiting for time and going to work every day. And our time is not being properly compensated, pretty much. Why should I have to lose my mom? Why should I have to lose this? You know what I'm saying? So it's really breaking. His journey was about breaking those barriers of limitation that was put on him. So what did he do? He damn near, he met somebody and somebody dropped some wisdom on him and told him, listen, the game is rigged. All right, a wealthy person came to Justin Timberlake in that movie and was like, I've lived and I've lived and I've been buying time. Whoa. Whoa. He literally said that shit. And I started this reading off talking about how they have been buying time and how they were buying time. Spirit was showing me how they have been buying time. And those people were able to stay into a position of power and wealth. But they have immortalized themselves. And so here he was moving and went to what was perceived to be the ghettos or the poor parts of society, right? And he was like, this is the trick. He gave him the wisdom. And he said, give me your arm. And he connected with him and he gave him all his time. He was like, he's ready to go. Down to the last minute. He was like excited that he was finally able to transition. And he chose him for whatever reason. He was chosen to receive that time because he felt like in his hands, the time would be used wisely. Listen, y'all gotta watch that movie. Okay? He gave the money. So whoever you are, you've been chosen with this gift. And you're going to use this time wisely. You're going to use this gift wisely. And it's going to be the thing that separates you from the rest. Okay? It's going to be the way you speak, the way you talk, the way you move. You're going to do things differently than the rest. Yes. You're going to be able to expose secrets because you've been given this opportunity. I'm telling you. And they are watching you. They're going to watch you. What are you up to? They watched him jump zones. Y'all remember that? They watched him go from zone to zone to zone to the point where they were like, all right, you done made it this far. What I got to get for you to turn back around? Let's go ahead and try to initiate him into our faction. Because clearly, you know, he's resilient. Bam. Clearly, he's resilient. Oh my God. And then I was watching something last night. No, night before last. Yesterday morning, I was watching something called A Way to Ruin Christmas. Oh my God, I was watching something called Way to Ruin Christmas. And he had a lamb, and the lamb was called Succulents. The lamb was called Succulents. Succulents. And he was crying because some wild dogs got a hold of Succulents. He left his lamb in the hands of someone else. They were like, him and his damn lamb. He cares too much about it, right? So he was like, you know, he said Succulents was a escape artist. So he knew how to get out of things. Hold on. He knows how to get out of things. Pay attention to your children as well. Making sure they don't leave the house, or don't leave your children unattended. Okay? Especially if you know you have gifted children. Not saying that anyone's not special, but just make sure you don't leave your children unattended. Okay? Because your children, your lamb, is like offerings right now. It's so crazy. Okay? I'm trying my best to explain it. Okay? You don't need an explanation. Just take the message, okay? Especially like, you know, if you're around home or you're around family. I'm going to tell you about a story one time. I went home what was it? I think it was Christmas break. Spring break. I went home when I was in college. I returned home and I had a Yorkie, okay? And I left my Yorkie at my sister's house. I had experience, you know, in college, they was always giving you credit cards and stuff like that. So I had a good credit. I was really feeling myself. And the first thing my ass did when I went back home was, you know, I wanted to do something nice for my sisters. Okay? And my sisters, at the time, I didn't have any children. And I love my nieces and nephews. I'm a big family person, right? So my only child I had was Chase. Okay? And this puppy was my heart. I haven't been able to replace Chase ever yet. I'm not saying that I ever want to replace him, but what I am saying is that I have never been able to really repair that connection. Okay? It was like, anyway, y'all get my drift. So long story short, I decided to take my sister shopping with my credit card to buy her kids birthday gifts. Okay, I felt like, you know, I don't have any kids I can help. Ray Tay Tay. So I left my baby Chase. I left my puppy, and I spent a lot of money on this puppy. Right, it was my first dog ever. I spent a lot of money on him. I left him at my sister's house. And when I came back, the dog was left at my sister's house with her baby daddy at the time. When I came back, he said that the puppies he put them on a patio and someone snatched them. So here you have, now my puppy's missing. I don't have a dog. I done spent all my money on gifts for my nieces and nephews. All on my dime. I lost my puppy, I lost money, and I had to return back to college with no puppy. Nothing. It was devastating. I felt like someone took my child. Like, someone kidnapped my child. And I had always had this void about this ever since. So, years later, after I had my second child, my sister tells me, she's like, oh, yeah, Sean had before I tell you this, they came back, when I had my first daughter, he gets his daughter a puppy, right, for her birthday, right? By this point, my same niece that I spent gifts on is now, you know, like 10 or 11. He buys her a puppy, and the puppy was so adorable. It was like a Shih Tzu mix really, really pretty, right? And I was like, damn, she had these familiar eyes. And I kept saying this little puppy had this familiar eyes. And I was like, she reminds me of Chase. So I never put two and two together, but it was like in my fucking face. So one day my sister was mad at me. She was like, oh, you know, pretty much that's why your husband's cheating on you, whatever. You think you know him, but you don't know him. Some shit like that. And then she was like, and so she said some sideways shit before, and I was just like, you know, hurt people hurt people. I didn't think too hard about it. Come to find out, she was like, they were having a conversation. Everybody fucking knew this but me, y'all. Everybody knew what the hell happened to my dog except me. So I'm at her house and she's like, yeah, Sean had done threw that dog away because he said some shit about Sean had done threw this dog away. And I was like, what dog? And they was like, they all looking at me like, you don't know? I was like, no, I don't know what. And they're like, I thought you knew already. And I'm like, tell me what the fuck is y'all talking about? So come to find out, she was like, well, Sean had been pretty much breeding my male Yorkie dog with his sister's Shih Tzu, female Shih Tzu, and making money off of my dog for years. My sisters knew. I had no fucking idea. They thought, oh, I thought they told you. I'm like, she like, oh, it's just a dog. My dog that I cried for the whole entire time was kidnapped from my sister's baby daddy and taken from where I left him over to his grandmother's house where he kept him, and then got rid of him years later because they let him like get old and they let him like deteriorate and they weren't taking care of him. He was like, oh, you don't want that damn dog. I was so livid. I didn't talk to my sister for a long time, or him, which means she and him did it together. I hold the both of them accountable. She and him saw something and said, oh, Keela's doing good in life. She has credit. She's doing good with herself. I'm going to use what she has because I am in a lack state of mindset because I feel like I have less than her, and I'm going to ignore my morals, my conscience, my integrity, and I'm going to take from her, and I'm going to utilize it to make more money off of it for myself. That's how Spirit is saying people from your family has been robbing you in front of your face, and you're not seeing it. This is what's happening with time here. It's like time and time again. You're expecting like things to be different. Some of you is relationships. Okay, some of you is your partners. But for the most part, it's when you return to these people, they put you back in this state of fear. Let me do the right thing. And in that movie Succulents, in that movie How to Ruin Christmas, Christmas is coming. How to Ruin Christmas, what happened? In that show, it ended where like when he found his lamb, a bunch of wild dogs had pretty much eaten it and left it like there. And he was crying. He had a whole memorial. And the fact that I'm seeing medical staff and community, it's like resilience. They're like, oh, no matter how much, you know what I'm saying, we try to offer. What were lambs in the book of the Bible? Lambs were used as a means of sacrifice. So it's subliminal to something that's able to produce so much. And many of you are a gift because you're able to produce so much out of nothing. But they keep you trapped by making you second guess your higher self and what you know to be true. By making you doubt what you know. And standing in that truth. Calling it for what it is. Making you second guess or second, like maybe I'm tripping, No, you know how this, you know a devil when you see a devil. You know what I'm saying? Look at this. You know a devil when you see a devil. And when you see one, you don't need confirmations of it. You know it's going to be hard work. You know you're going to have to fight with them. You know you're going to have to sit there and they just leave you there constantly, weighing in the balance of what's right and what's wrong. Should I give them a second chance? Should I stop dealing with it? If it's work, then move forward. If it's work, move forward. If it comes easily, cool. If it has to become work to be around certain people, remember, you're on borrowed time, okay? And they are going to sacrifice your time before they sacrifice their own. Because they're always trying to remain relevant, remain important. And it's going to be at your expense, Taurus, because you are succulent. You're resilient. Oh, Taurus can manage. They make shit appear out of a fucking cup. They got a childlike nature. I'm going to tell you this right now. Some of you, with all of this kidnapping talk, some of you in past lives were, whether you believe it or not, I'm saying you were. You have a lot of wisdom inside of you because you probably lived a past life where it happened to you. And you're remembering the thought process from that internal environment. You got to see something about the black phone. You got to see the inside of what's really behind there. If you saw the movie The Black Phone, like he killed his own brother. You know what I'm saying? But he had become something else, caught a hold of this person. And it was literally walking among them in real life. Look at this. It's something about who you're becoming. You're about to embark on some type of glow up, some type of major transformation, whatever it is that you're doing. Spirit is saying, yes, people are going to watch you. And here's the thing. It's like this. You need to be thinking big at all times. Okay, you need to be thinking big at all times. And I'm going to burn some Palo Santo because you need to be thinking big. You need to stay in divine. I heard Woody. There's a snake in my boot. Woody. Yep. Howdy, partner. Someone could want to partner with you. But there's a snake in your boot. All right, be Buzz Lightyear if you want to. What happened to Buzz Lightyear? In Toy Story part 2 or part 3. It was one of those stories. They had to turn Buzz Lightyear into a little puppet. Did they not? Y'all remember that? Buzz Lightyear, they had to put him back on manufacturer. They put Buzz Lightyear back on manufacturer settings. Manufacturer setting. You remember that shit? And he was like, oh, yeah, he was like, Buzz. And it was trying to unscrew the screws on his back. Y'all don't understand this. Listen. Making my stomach growl. I think I'm hungry now. It's empty. He was an empty vessel. Yeah, I'm telling you. And they had to hold him down. And they were trying to look at this. They're not going to give up without a fight. They had to hold him down. Buzz was fighting them. He was lasering. And they were like, listen, I'm trying to tell you the truth. This isn't you, Buzz. And then Buzz is like, he forgot that he had already broke that thought process. He was out of the matrix. He was out of manufacturer settings, and he was thinking for himself. Look at that. And doing what made him happy, even though he was programmed to be a weapon. Okay? Love. Some of y'all, your person was programmed to be a weapon. And they've been used as a weapon to... They were never built for that. They were infinity and beyond. Y'all were intended to have infinity and beyond. So you're, like I said, you're going to have a moment, a new job, a new offer, a new way of thinking about things. And this is why staying in the frequency of love is so important. Any love messages or channel messages for Taurus? Free yourself. I told you. Free yourself. And the rest will follow. Some of you guys, like I said, you will get a commitment from a new person. Okay? I'm interested to see what the telepathic message is going to be from tonight. But the overall message of love is free yourself from anything that makes you feel like a caged bird. Free yourself from anyone, family, friends, or associates that make you feel like you cannot think for yourself, be who you want to be, and they stuff you into darkness. Okay, it's time to jump zones. Taurus, I love each and every single one of you with my whole heart. I hope you feel that love, you receive that love, and I will see you again for another channel message tomorrow. Bye.